Welcome back to class, guys. This is week 3, day 4. Thank you for not quitting. What did we do yesterday, guys? Come on. Say again? Yeah, we did a lot of things. We got data from an API. We parsed it, right? We drew it on the screen. We also learned how to use Moment.js. Some of us were not here. Sad. So just for those. Ooh, where am I at? My bad. We can't be waiting on parser. CD, what did I call it again? Was it to-do list? No, it wasn't to-do list. My bad. We were working on Google News. Just a quick review, another library that we learned how to use yesterday, okay? Let's review real quick. It's something called Moment.js. There are many different ways to get this code, okay? When we get into React, we're gonna learn a different way to get this code. But what did I show you guys yesterday? The CDN, okay? We find the CDN right here. I told you I like going with the default one that doesn't have any specific locale. These are locales right here. These are like specific to certain countries. Here's one for Vietnam. Anyway, I typically get the one down here that is not specific to a country. We copy that code right there. We jump to our index.html and we simply copy another script. Okay, we copy another script and paste over the source with this URL. Okay? After we get the script in from the CDN, what do? When we get the script in from Moment, we can call a new function called Moment. Right? All this is a function. When that function returns, it's going to give us an object. That object has a key called format. This format's value is a function. And this function's argument is a string. I know that's going to be a lot to remember, right? So the key takeaway here is I want you guys to know that there's a website called momentjs.com. And we can choose any format that we want. And you can see examples. And we can also use localization. All right, let's do this one. For example, what if I want this in Vietnamese? Okay, copy. Oop. Okay, my bad. No, let's just do it this way. I paste that one in. And what do I need to pass it? What's the first argument? The article's published that day. So we save it. I expect one of these to look like Vietnamese. Oops. Did I refresh it? Whoa. Oh, wow. Guess why? Guess what went wrong, guys? I don't think I used the Vietnamese CDN. I think that's what it is. I don't know. This is the first time I'm doing this one. We're going to figure this all out together, guys. Maybe Lloyd shouldn't be live coding new features. Oh, there we go. Damn, we got Vietnamese now, right? What did it take, guys? It took one line of code on line 66, which we got for free off the internet, CDN, right? And then we did what? We just called a function. It's no magic here. We called a function, and then that function gave us back an object, and we called another function that was inside of a key. If I did this, guys, what would happen? We would just be looking at the function. We would not be calling it. We need to call that function. We need to pass it an argument of what format we want. You can just think of it like this. We're calling two functions in a row. And this is for free from Moment. And you guys, I want you guys to know how to use this in the future, man. This is important. It's super important to format dates correctly. So remember, Moment.js, and for right now, we're going to be using CDN, and in the very near future, we're going to be using NPM. Here's our website. Okay. Actually, my bad. I kind of got a little ahead of myself. I keep doing that. Guys, this is the final week of JavaScript, okay? We're going to be I know. But don't worry, JavaScript is not going anywhere. JavaScript is not going anywhere. You guys are going to get to use it for the rest of the class, but we're not going to be focusing on JavaScript, okay? We're going to be focusing on some other things, but your knowledge of JavaScript will be applicable.
Wait, so what are we focusing on if not focusing on JavaScript?
React. We've been talking about that while we're going to spend 3 weeks in React, guys, okay? We're going to build some sexy stuff. At least I think it's sexy. I don't know. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But we got to review this week, okay? Because these concepts are fundamental. Okay, guys. So, what about functions? What's a first-class citizen? A first-class citizen is just something that can be passed as an argument. Obviously, that's like special, right? There's special reasons why we sort out things that can be passed as objects versus things that can't, or not objects as arguments. But we don't need to worry about that right now, okay? Just know that functions can be passed as arguments to other function calls, right? What do we do here? What are we doing on line 7? What is that? Is that an object? Is that an array? It's a function. Yeah. We pass this function as an argument to another function. Map is a function. We call it, and we pass that other function, render single article, to map. Another key concept is downloading the data from the API. Every single one of you guys saw that our previous class did that in all of their applications, right? Some person could I forgot, there's recipes. 2 people have recipes, right? Yeah, Phil had one. But know that data didn't come from anywhere. And like, for example, all the apps we built so far, the data is locally stored, right? But we need to figure out a way to share data. Share it with the world and do other interesting things. This is gonna be super complicated. To be honest with you guys, like we talked about it for one day. We're gonna do it again, and then we're gonna learn about a bunch of different ways we can share and send and get and do stuff with data. Okay, because we got to know how to do this. There's almost an infinite number of things that we need to know how to do. I was thinking about this last night, and I was super impressed by the class, but I was kind of sad because we didn't have time to show them all the different things, that they can do, and they did do web. So, for example, you guys have seen me talk about my World's the Greatest to Do app, right? What if we wanted to use a tool that we got for free off the internet to engage the user, to do something that makes the user use our app more? What if you could just click a button to, oops, come on, baby. Come on. I need this magic to work in. Is my input? Come on. Fuck. Sometimes this doesn't work. I'm really quite confused. There's no such thing as a perfect tool, okay? I'm using something called Firebase from Google. Sometimes it doesn't work. I'm quite confused. Got a oh, I just got them all. Fuck. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, one more. Didn't pop up. Interesting. Okay, so just know that there's a bunch of other things. You guys saw a bunch of emails. We're gonna learn how to do emails later, right? But I personally think that notifications are the most useful way now. People don't look at their emails that often. I get emails all the time. Don't look at my emails. I also ignore notifications. I don't know. They're all important, okay? Like notifications and emails are both important. So just know that like getting data from somewhere on the internet is how we're gonna drive really engaging applications, build really engaging applications that make people wanna come back for more. And this is a requirement for you guys. Every single one of you guys are gonna be building an app. Not a single person paying you money wants no one to use their app, okay? Everyone wants you to build shit that makes them their app more useful. Okay, so that being said, enough about APIs. The next concept is objects, right? That's why I kind of went through it earlier and was like trying to say that whenever we call moment, this is a function call which returns an object. We got to know that objects are everywhere. Okay, objects are everywhere, and we got to know a whole bunch of different ways of dealing with them. Yes.
Put the capital L.
Capital L where?
Like line 14. L.
I don't even know what it means. That's why I was trying to say we need to look at documentation. So I go to Moment.js, I have no idea what I'm looking for. I get down here, now I see a list. I'm like, oh shit, I'm Vietnamese, we're in Vietnam, I see Vietnamese. Let's just click it and see what happens. So I click it and I scroll up, and what do we see? We see examples of how to format in Vietnamese. We can do this, a bunch of times. What do we want to do? I don't know. There's just so many different ways we can do this. So that's why we need to get good at looking at examples and looking at code. And I'm actually going to show you an example, another way that we can look at code to get better. Okay, the objective here is not to not teach you guys. My objective is that I'm telling you that looking at documentation and other people's code is going to make you better. And I want you guys to get in the habit of that. So we got two different ways of formatting this. Thứ sao tuần rồi. Last week. My Vietnamese is amazing. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so do you have any questions, guys? I'm sorry, I've been shouting. Come on. Okay, fine. Last thing is map and filter. What are they useful for? I need to hear someone else talk. Please, someone help me. Someone help me. What does a map and a filter do? What do they have in common? How are they different?
Work on arrays.
Mm-hmm.
Create a new array from a previous array.
Yeah.
Goes over each one, and the filter selects certain ones.
What does the filter select based on?
Select someone else.
But what does that callback function have to do? What does the filter have to do? What does that function have? Yes, the filter must return true or false. Okay, and that is what's going to drive whether or not we take this element or whether or not we throw it away. Obviously, we don't throw it away. Okay, we don't throw it away, but we're not paying attention to it. We don't care about it, right? Because we're filtering it. That's why it's called filter, right? So let's look at an example. Remember this one? What does this do, guys? Yeah, it just filters. We're saying, hey, is the filter, is the what? What is this right here? Yes, it's an element inside of our, exactly. And why are we running, why do we have an array? Huh? Why do we have an array here, right? Why didn't we use a string? Yeah, just basically understand that arrays are useful for having many different objects that are very similar, right? And this is a very common thing that we need to have. We need a good data structure. I want you guys to get comfortable using keywords. Yeah, some of you guys can get in there, but I want you guys to get better because when you guys are applying for jobs, people are going to want to hear keywords. I want to hear keywords. If you're going to program, then you better have these memorized. So the objective here of having an array is that we know that we're going to have many to-dos. I don't know how many we're going to have. I want to be able to easily add and remove to-dos. I need to stick data inside of them. I need to be able to filter them. This is the objective of an array and a map. It's actually really a combination of many, many different techniques that you guys have been learning over the last 3 weeks, right? We're using conditionals, data types, loops, right? Just all types of stuff, booleans, right? All right, so yeah. So remember, just like Loy said with girlfriends, we need to look at the objects and ask them questions, right? So you can imagine that on render to-do list, well, this one's a little bit different. I took a different approach. I did ask the object. On L.done right here was asking the object, are you done? Are you done? Because if you're done, I want you, right? And this one on line 24 says, if you're not done, I want you, right? Okay, so there goes map and filter. Is there anything else I missed?
Well, you didn't talk about math.
Okay, what's this? Let's talk about map right here, guys. What is this first argument always going to be? Is it always going to be a to-do?
Elements of the array.
Yes, it's always going to be an element of the array. Does it start from the front or the end?
Front.
Okay, how could we start from the back? What if we don't know how many there are? So let's just say I had an array of const nums is equal to, yes, nums is 1, 2, 3, nums dot reverse. It's 3, 2, 1. then I can map over it, right? Right? Use a little black magic code, console.log.
But then it
Is-
would change the order,
What would change what now?
it would change the nums array, right?
I'm not sure. Let me see. We're about to find out right now, okay? So what if I wanted to console log backwards? Oops. Got an error. Let's see if it was in fact reverse. I think it was reverse, man. Yeah. So this is actually what we call a destructive function call. A destructive function call changes the original array. So map is not destructive. Filter is not destructive, okay? Sometimes we need to hold on to the original array and make another copy of it. An example of this would be when we filter. Remember how when we're filtering right here, we don't actually want to touch this array. We just want to look through it. Okay, we're not changing the original array.
Say reverse did change it?
Reverse did in fact change the order of it. So watch this. What order is nums right here? It's 3, 2, 1, right? If I do nums.reverse, and then look at nums again, it is now 1, 2, 3. So it's called a destructive function.
So, can you give an example when we would use a function like this?
A destructive function?
You don't know the end of the list, but you want something from the end of the list?
I'm trying to think right now. Hold on.
So think about that list of all the inventors.
Maybe I don't know. Like so, like I'm thinking right now. I can't think of one right now.
Have you ever used this one before?
There was a list of inventors in alphabetical order, and you wanted to know the last name, and you didn't know all the people. No?
Yeah, I think that might be a good example. Yeah. There's all types of different ways of ordering. You know, what if we just want this to become? Usually, you want to keep a copy of it. I would say that usually you want to keep a copy of it. Okay. All right. So we're getting a little bit off topic right now. We need map and filter. I don't want to talk too much. Okay. Let's talk about a group project. Okay. This week, guys, we're gonna be working on a mini Twitter. Okay. If you guys don't know how to use Twitter, what am I gonna tell you to do? Go make an account and use it. Okay. Play around with it. Get a feel for it. And I want you guys to make it look beautiful. I don't want it. Coder School wants it. Us as an organization, we got high expectations of you guys. Okay? And we're going to be using the same concepts. But for this lab, we're only going to give you some required user stories and some optional user stories. Okay? I could sit here and demo this, but I want you guys, I want to evaluate my class. You know, I want to see you guys start it off. Just know that it's almost exactly the same as the to-dos list, okay? Almost exactly the same. Right? That and the news API. The one thing, is there a sign in? I forgot. Got way too many tabs open. This is a group project, so we're gonna split you guys up into 2 teams. I forgot to say that. Do you guys want to pick your own teams, or do you want us to pick? Like, how do you guys want to do this? Draw random colors?
We want to pick.
Yeah? Yeah? I don't know. Okay, so one thing you guys have heard me say a lot. Guys, you guys know what website this is?
Wikipedia.
Is it?
Oh, your site. Oh, nice.
It's actually not my site either. Okay? We look at here, CD downloads. I just downloaded it off the internet. So going back to the thing I was just talking about, what was I just talking about, guys?
Twitter and how we should download one off the internet.
Template leader?
Actually, it's very similar to that. The one thing I want you guys to think about is that, like, I'm not gonna fault you guys. If we want this beautiful and you guys can find a template and know how to read through the code, do it. I actually, in fact, suggest you guys do that because you guys are gonna learn a lot. Let's see, Wikipedia, HTML5, template. Remember, guys, the end goal when someone hires you is not for you to do everything from scratch. The end goal for you is to deliver working products, right? And if you can do that in 5 hours by going to a website, clicking the download button, opening a zip like this, right? And then, opening it, I think that person's gonna be a lot more happy, right? I've been thinking about this a lot, whether or not, whether or not I should tell you to do this, but I think it's actually, I'm telling you, the best developers in the world are using templates, mostly, right? Like, obviously, there's gonna be certain situations in which you can write or you should write your own, right? But when you look at templates, once again, you're learning. You're learning. You're seeing someone else do that. So I want you guys to put your heads together on this exercise. You don't have to use Wikipedia. The only reason why I chose Wikipedia is because I just wanted to fool someone, right? I wanted to fool someone, show them like, oh, here's Wikipedia.
That's
Not.
actually a really good, code or template. It actually looks like Wikipedia.
That's exactly, yeah. So that's why I chose it. You know, I want you guys to see that, like, you know, you guys can read this. This is just one. This is just man, I keep messing this up. Wikipedia. So this is the one I just downloaded, right? CD. Come on, why is it not working? CD Wiki. Okay. If I open up our code editor, and then I right click here, reveal in Finder. Why? For some reason, this template isn't working. It's not working. I can't open it the way I would like to open it. So I open it with live server, and I see here it is right here. Okay, we quite literally did this in what, 1 minute, right? So we go back to our index.html. What can we change here? Let's say demo working smarter, not harder. Copy this one, and we'll put this one in our H1. Save it. What do we have here? I want you guys to do this on this project as well and put your head together and learn, read this person's code, read whatever person's code, okay? Because we're not going to spend a lot of time working on CSS as the class moves on, right? As we move on, we're working with APIs. It's going to be a completely different way of looking at things. Not completely, but like a lot different, right? So for this one, I want you guys to just look at this dude CSS. Whoever, not this dude, any dude. There's a lot of dudes on the internet, right? Or girls, okay? There are a lot of girls on the internet. I want you guys to find one and put your heads together and, you know, make something beautiful. But most of the time should be worked on what? You should be working on what most of your time?
Data.
Yes, your JavaScript, your data, your sorting, your filtering, your changing, that stuff, okay? Do we have any questions, guys? And like I said, this is the first one. Like I probably will show you a demonstration of what I want to do.
So we need to like do all of that
So yeah, exactly.
with the 3 columns and the footers and.
So I want you to throw some content in there and hard code it so it just looks decent. None of the other stuff has to work. You guys saw yesterday that a presentation, like you don't have to build every feature, but we need to have placeholder, right? And it needs to hold the place, and like you need to be able to demonstrate that something works, right? Something works. Not everything needs to work. I don't need all this to work right here, but I want us to be able to add, remove, like, you know, stuff like that. And you'll see a whole list right here. And like I said, this is the first time, I was also thinking about this morning. You guys right now, like this is probably the easiest your career is going to be, like as developers. Maybe not, I don't know. It just depends on what type of company. But a lot of times you're not going to have a list of things that you're told to do. Someone's simply going to tell you, right? I need this, I need that. Make it like Google, make it like Uber, etc. They're not even gonna bother writing it down. And you guys gotta figure out the rest of that, right? So here's a list of to-dos, right? We're trying to help you guys out, and we wanna see you guys talk to each other, talk to your teammates, say, hey, all right, this is what the requirement is. What do you think? How can we approach this problem? Should I use an array? Should I use a string, etc.? This is similar. User enters information to the text field. User can tweet, see messages in the text box. There are a couple other conditions that we want. You guys read through this and think carefully, okay? So let's give you guys about 30 minutes to talk about this and maybe look for some templates online or decide you guys can do it on your own, right? That's cool. And then if you guys are, having trouble, I'll demo before I do a couple of these features. Okay, guys? Okay? All right, let's do it.